Well, I remember the first one of the first memories that I have of Hurricane Katrina was talking on the phone to my mom. My parents live about 50 miles north of New Orleans, and we were on the phone, and the storm was at its height, I guess, at that point, and my mom said, "Oh no, the big oak tree in the backyard just blew over and the phone went dead." And obviously that was very disconcerting for me. And then, if you remember, when Katrina hit, all cell service was lost. So their landline was dead. There was no communication with cell phones, and so I was really worried about my parents, and I couldn't get in touch with anybody even near them. And so they became my first priority, so to speak. But I was able to make my way down there, drive down there, check on them, make sure they were okay, and then kind of went into Louisiana Baptist Convention mode, so to speak. But we, Dr. Hankins had come on board at that point. I remember going up to the Baptist building, and it was almost like a command control center at the Baptist building. Just all the staff, everybody doing different things and covering different areas and trying to minister and help people. One of the burdens that I believe the Lord placed on my heart as president, we knew we had our disaster relief people going out in force. Lots of money was being raised for the victims of Hurricane Katrina. But I had a real concern for church pastors and staff who had been displaced, because I don't remember the numbers, but literally there were hundreds of churches that weren't meeting. Their members were gone, their members were evacuated, their staff were evacuated, and they were looking at the very dire circumstances of the fact that their church may not meet for months, and they would have no income, they would have no money coming in, and so you had pastors and staff members and music ministers who were facing the bleak reality that they may not be getting a paycheck. So I as president, LBC president, I kind of started a campaign, if you would, to make people aware of that need. Because lots of money was coming in for Katrina victims, but nothing necessarily specifically to help church staff. And so I kind of took up that mantra, so to speak, and tried to help raise some funds for that. Had opportunity to speak nationally in different places, and Jerry Falwell called and asked me to come speak at Liberty University, and got to share that need with students there, and then just different places and different settings. And so that was a big part of my role. And then, of course, as a church, Philadelphia, like so many churches, we did house evacuees, and had people here on our campus. In fact, my understanding is, I don't know how accurate this is, but my understanding is that one of the largest drug busts that ever took place in Rapides Parish happened on our church bus as we were transporting evacuees from, I can't remember if it was the Welcome Center on the I-49 to different churches in the area, and some of the evacuees had gotten on the bus with lots of drugs, and I think even some stolen diamonds and things like that. And so it's not really funny, I guess, but it was one of those memories that I have of Hurricane Katrina, and it was definitely will be an event that we will not soon forget, but an opportunity to see God work for sure. Well, churches were working together, but churches were also working independently. Every church nearly, just about, that had facilities were doing certain things to help evacuees. In terms of cooperation and working together, like I said, our bus was helping get evacuees not just to our location, but to other churches and other shelters and things like that. So I think in crisis mode, everybody just pitches in to do whatever needs comes along, and unfortunately, sometimes it takes a crisis to bring us together. But when the crisis comes, the church rallies, and the people of God rally together, and the family of God rallies together, and we definitely saw that happen in Katrina.